Enter Lisa and Claudette.
Yet hear me, girl, thy man is out of sorts. Never have I seen him act so shrewd regarding his resources. When before he jumped to give, stand up at once, pronounce he'd love no gift so much as if he may be allowed to help one reach a goal. My friend, good Shirley Hamilton, oh yes, thou know'st her well, she hath been talking of the purchase of a house, and she doth know, as all do, the generosity exuding from thy man. She Johnny told of her desire and plans, expecting so he should cry, "Say no more," and take her hand, and thus declare he'd help her with the deed. Not so. He says, "I would I could, my friend, but standing as things be, I cannot help." Doth he speak true? 'Tis out of character thy husband seems to have a sickness on him, that he should thus deny a friend in need.
My husband he is not, and shall not be. For I will tell thee ever and again, he has lost my heart, which seeks not to be found by his once lovely eyes.
I see him now, that reason still evades thee. Daughter mine, wilt thou still stand against thy loving man?
Wilt thou e'en now forget the blows he gave? Thou sayest his generosity doth fail, and that his purse doth lack the freedom which it once enjoyed, its liberty confined. Should not his patience thus with likewise speed run out its vast supply, and give his hand enfranchisement to strike, as once it had permission to share wealth?
I pray thee, love, disclose unto mine ears what plan thou hast to set thy vision of the world aright, which now is wrong. What action wilt thou take, that thus with fixed heart thou railest on thy goodly man? Am I to understand thou hold'st within thy mind a compromise, solution to the ill thou speakest of which plagues thy brain, tormenting thee in from of a greatness in a man? Dear Lisa, say, thy answer ready, tell me now, what thing hast thou to remedy thy much misplaced and so misprized argue?
I heard thee within thy unbelieving speech declare precise and clear what means I mean to try to rid me of oppressing Johnny's presence.
Oh, I? What is it?
Greatness in a man.
Thou'lt save thyself with virtues, living in the lovely man thou dost claim to abhor?
With virtues, yea, but not with Johnny.
Who? To greatness thou referrest, and to a man, yet thy man not. I fear to think, my child, on what thou playest at.
Thou fearest the truth.
I bid thee think before thou sayest a thing, which may not be revoked. Unsay these words, and put this pettiness thou hast displayed to deep and final rest, that thou mayst stop this pretense and continue thus to love thy man, who's made for thee, and thou for him.
I'll unsay not, nor shall I further tell. My plans are mine.
Exit Lisa and Claudette.
He loves to lie. She's taught me this of late. The truth is not so dear to her as this uncovered adoration she has found, spreading far and wide non-verity. And therefore I shall reason, I do think that falsehoods may the only object be of her new attraction. Aye, she loves to lie. She widely cast my false assault of her, so then she also may spread untruths of her new affection for another man. She loves not me, she says. Still, I say that she doth love to lie. Then must it be that this new frame of speech, this greatness which doth live within a man, but not in me, is but a jest of envious intent, which hath become the fashion of her days. And so, although she sins in speaking not the verity of truth, I'll damn her not. She loves me still, as she doth love to lie.
Exit. Enter Mark.
As fairly as she shows, I'll not forsake my wit for sake of lust. I'll be instead a statue, feeling not as and cool as stone. I shall not give answer to her pleas, be they on paper or else from her lips, which I do see even now and long to. Nay, I'll not cast off my wisdom thus for love. I shall remain resolved to never touch the temptress, skillfully though she may woo, beautifully as she may look, and warm as she may try to hold me, speak to me with words and voice as soft as down-driven thrice. She shall touch my face with gentle, noble hands and swoon her lips. My stony heart must beat. My statue crumbles, leaving a man with wants and needs, and with sweet Lisa there, a woman who doth want me just the same. Sulphurous passion hath awakened, which till this time hath slept within my heart. Oh, Shawnee, what shall come of this, I pray? Thy damned future wife doth want me, man, and I, thy damned friend, do want her back. Whate'er shall come will come. What I do know is Lisa must be loved by one she loves. And now, my dearest friend, art not that man.
Exit. Enter Johnny and Peter.
Sweet Peter, thou dost know that thou hast been for many years my friend, and there within the interim thou hast proved a helpful man to any discourse which concerned my thoughts. For thou, dear friend, art studied in the arts and treatments of the mind. I ask thee now, administer thy physic and advice unto the poor distressings of my
Good Johnny, I will summon up and use my knowledge and my trade, and mix them with the love I bear to thee with all my heart, that I may grant assistance unto thy aggrieved soul and mind. Thy troubles, say.
My lady Lisa loves me. Thou dost find the veritable truth within that fact?
As I do know you both, I'd be forsworn to give the tinge of suggestion which hinted at the contrary.
Then thou dost well concede she loveth me.
My friend, within my studies I have found such truths which may not be refuted by mankind, and one such truth incontrovertible. The woman thou hast attached thy essence to doth hold thee dear above all earthly things.
And listen what vexation gripes my mind. She'll say as much as thou, she counts me sweet, and finds her joy within my precious eyes. With thy wink, her loving gaze will cast its beam upon no part of me. Instead, I'll earn a loathing look with spiteful words. In this must I endure, for once I spoke against these railing terms, but since that time, objections I may have are bottled up and cast away by her, that she may spit such foul, insulting speeches in my face thine ears have never felt.
Thy Lisa speaks malicious words against thy loving ears? She strikes thee full with speeches, whips thee numb with such a rough, abrasive tongue as this? And for a sequel, will she speak thee love, and lick thy wounds with words of sweetest care?
She will. And each in turn, the love and hate, the like and loathe, repeating as a wheel the cycle round, or as the face of fate, its very self, presenting one fair cheek that I may dote upon, to then replace the fair with fiendish, with a forked tongue, delivering taunts and mocks upon my head.
She'll use thee thus unkind? For 7 years I've looked upon a pair so tightly sewn, it seemed one piece of cloth without a seam, the fabric made from steel, that earthly blades should never have the power to impress thy love and force apart thy knit and twined souls.
My very mind has held the same belief. Yet now 'tis ordered to quit that thought on pain of being seen a fool by those whose steps I followed in, whose horns do fall upon my sad and undeserving head.
What horns are these? Oh, hell shall risen be, and I shall look upon the cursed horns of Lucifer himself, ere I could be to see sweet Johnny fitted with the like. Hast thou a cause to fear such things, my friend?
Cause I have. Yet, for her inclination toward tales false, it doth not yet appear how palpable I may believe this cause.
Enter Mark.
But more anon. Behold where friendship lies.
Sweet Johnny, how dost thou? What are the news?
We speak of women, Mark. What they do.
Why, women all?
Just mine, Mark, only mine. Hast thou a lady, Mark?
Mayhaps I do.
Hath she a name familiar to us?
To thou she is not known, and for the time 'tis best that should remain.
Good fellow, why?
She hath a man.
That's thee?
Aye, true, yet not.
Another man?
Thou hit'st the mark.
'Tis shame.
Hath she a ring upon her finger, Mark?
She's married.
Thou not tell me once quite sadly of a tale, a girl possessed of several men, the quantity whereof had earned her naught but a bed wherein a doctor did give care for all her life?
I think I did.
Dost thou not fear for thine?
My girl?
Thy life.
Good gentlemen, I feel a void within my gut whose remedy would serve me well.
This want for fare, my friend. Stir not a while, good sirs, anon I'll bring a feast for us to use.
Exit Johnny.
Mark, thou hast heard, no doubt, how Johnny and his Lisa came unto each other's love?
Aye, many times, and love to hear it told.
As thou dost love the subject?
What, my friend? Yes, I love my friend. What does this question?
Enter Lisa.
Behold, look where our Johnny's other half has come upon us.
Fair Lisa, how dost thou?
Aye, Lisa, how dost life content thee?
Well, my life contents me well. And how doth thine, good Peter? Doth the study of the mind come well to thee?
Oh, aye, exceeding well. The language of the mind appeals each day unto my understanding more and more. It seems that every hour another truth regarding the landscape of the restless mind emerges from the shade where once it hid. Indeed, some truths do seem to flee from sight and would not have their covers pulled away. I find them still. Pray, friends, give Johnny thanks that he should sustenance prepare for me, but as I spoke of truths, another did occur within my recollection. I am priorly engaged this afternoon and must set off. I'll see you both anon.
Now, what dost thou within my home again? Art here to chide my lunacies once more?
Tush, Johnny does abide a room apart.
Hast told him yet of my conspiracy? Or art thou merely here to smear the friendship which still thou sharest with that loathsome man upon my painted visage? Aye, art thou?
Fair Lisa, I do swear upon the stars which I may see there burning in thine eyes, those pearls that lay upon my beauteous face, which charitably keeps society with my unworthy brain when mine own eyes close. I swear upon all that and everything which doth adorn thee and become thee too, that I do love thee.
Thou wilt have me then?
Oh, Lisa, if the love which once thou claims lives still within thy heart and burns for me, I wish to own no other thing but that, and have the warmest thou keepest for my soul.
'Tis thine, as it hath been for such a time unbearably reserved, and kept from he whose love did seek to smother me into a foul, repeating, everlasting boredom. Collection time shall come anon, for he of whom I deftly speak abides within. 'Tis not wisdom yet to make us known, yet soon we'll meet.
I love thee.
Fare thee well, until our mouths have leave to act our hearts.
Exit Mark.
Shall I yet be termed a lunatic? My trap hath borne its meat, and now betimes I'll have it cooked and ready to consume. Michelle, sweet mother, Mark was of your minds, and now I'm in his heart, infecting him, proceeding through his body till each inch I'll claim for mine. What, is this lunacy? If it be, then thou mayst bow before thy grace. The mad woman, for my preposterous plan, hath brought my goals fruition. Crazed thoughts filled life into my dreams. These plots which cause those sane to stand amazed, asylum worthy, confessions in my notes have made me rich. These things which make me lunatic hath served to me that which I have aimed at. Sweet Mark, thou art mine, as thou dost love me. If for this my claims of sanity I forfeit must, then take them, wind, let them not touch my tongue. A happy lunatic I'd rather be.
Exit. Enter Mark.
My dearest friend doth have a future wife, and she is mine. Shall I not joy at this? For beauty sought me out to fill its wants, and I do want the beauty. Therefore I do have my want, and beauty hath its. A happy circumstance, yet can I not enjoy what I have reached for? I do have a lovely woman loving me, and she is my best friend. She is also mine. Is this what love should be? Betrayal to the greatest man I know. I love this girl, yet while I love her, I do love him not, and he hath earned my love surpassing her. Her words, her eyes, her foul, fair spoken tongue can force a man draw steel upon his sire, could cause him to denounce his sovereign king, hath made him turn against his greatest friend.
Enter Peter.
What, Mark? What dost thou here, away from friends? I thought that one might find you still at Johnny's.
Nay, I did think to let him alone with Lisa.
Hast thou been made aware what does transpire betwixt those two?
Are they not perfect, Peter?
Why, nay, but Lisa's full with chastisements, aimed and levelled at poor Johnny's ears. She'll ever and anon heap piles of words upon his wretched head, then, with a wink, will be his ever-doting future wife, and leave him knowing not when turns shall come. 'Tis not a wonder.
Sooth, 'tis very strange.
For every year I've lived, 1,000 times I would have sworn they'd ever share but love. Hath ever couple showed as graciously, a pair seemed more divine, two people more in holy everlasting love as these, kind Johnny and his lovely God-sent Lisa?
Perfection is too small a word to say.
Thou lookest sad, dear Mark. It grieves thy heart to hear two friends as these are in distress. Yet, Mark, I pray thee, give me speech about thy secret lady, for I long to know what woman plays the captor to thy heart, which hath eluded gyves for all these years.
Good friend, I say 'tis not for thee to know.
'Tis not a name which I would recognize, so say what harm shall come if I do hear it. Unless I know her.
Nay, you've never met.
Thou frettest for nothing then, or else thou liest. What? Shall a friend not tell a friend his love? And thou dost love me, prithee let me know.
A friend should comprehend when a friendly love exceeds the bounds of comfort. Prithee, cease.
Mark, do I know her?
Nay.
I think I do. Or else her name should freely drop from off thy tongue, which now is as a guard, permitting the imprisoned name no exit from thy lips. She's married, thou sayest? I do believe a ring doth hold embrace upon her finger.
Wilt thou still speak? I say thou knowest her not. Leave off this disproductive prating, Peter.
Thou speakest of friendly bounds, yet do adhere not to their laws as thou wouldst have me do. Wilt thou instruct me thus on friendly code?
This senseless prattle only serves as mock unto its speaker.
Thou wouldst have me think as much as that, which tells me I strike near the heart of truth. I know thy lady, Mark, and tell thee as a friend, depart her love.
What knave am I? I know not what I am, that I may throw the love I owe that man against his very teeth with my misdeed. I welcome any plague to inflict here, to help my penance, that I may repent the steps which I taken to wade my in sin. I further sink with every lusting thought I send her. dearly do hope a hook should from the sky descend, that I may thus impale my wretched body on it, and let it drag me out of an unclean one, which and let it drag me out from all this filth, and which I, in acting out unclean ones, have manifested, drowning me withal.
Yet hark my words, for thy repentance shall be found within this sound advice I'll give. This Lisa hath been ever virtuous, as seemeth by the years we've known her. Yet I found of late a hinting of her truth, a slight suggestion gesturing toward a Lisa I should never want to know. I put this from my mind, yet confirmation came when Johnny spoke to me of strangeness twixt the love they've ever felt. She cares for none, nor thee, nor Johnny. Any name besides that which she doth lay claim to, Lisa, bears no meaning to her. She will take thee in and use thee up, and when there's nothing left within thy shriveled body, mind, or heart, she'll toss thy wasted self aside. I say, depart this tryst thou keepest with her. Cease to entertain the claim of love she bears, and sever that which binds your hearts as one. Thy flight from Lisa's love concluded, let us make endeavor to enfranchise Johnny from Lisa's toying gains. Hie thee to her, and break the bonds she set upon thy heart.
I thank thee, friend, thy words act as my spur. I'll tear to pieces her controlling art.
Exit. Enter Johnny and Denny.
Sweet friend, thy birthday's come upon us now. The anniversary commemorates the day the earth was blessed with the canvas on which the story of the greatest man engraved should be. The celebration's nigh, prepared by thy wondrous wife. And for my part, I have a thing for thee. To honor thee today, behold, I have a football, which I know as well as thee doth lift thy heart exceeding other pastimes. Come, shall we throw the ball?
I am for thee.
Exit. Enter Lisa.
What elevation shall my life achieve? What new euphoric world shall I reside, when Mark hath bound himself to me in all completion, unto me stuck home, when he hath made his oath in action as in word, as passionate with deed as with his speech, then shall I reach a height as such that I may meet the gods and say I need them not. For I have found new faith in my new man, and with him I have methods for new prayer, which are not done alone upon my knees, but in my chamber room and in a pair.
Enter Mark.
How now, sweet prince of mine, art come to pray?
I for forgiveness.
Well then, I forgive thy tardiness accepting of my love, and for repentance come and kiss the book. It waits impatiently for thee, and longs to finally embrace thy lips.
Nay, Lisa.
Oh, nay me not, dear Mark. I've lain alone with my excess of my love, and none to spend it on, save my foul man. And be assured I'd sooner suffer hell, endure the wrath of every demon's whip, ere Johnny should enjoy once evermore the product of my heart. I have thee now, and thou art mine to pour my soul upon, to share with me in pleasure I have not felt since an unbearable eternity. Thy nay can wait, for I no longer can.
But listen me, I'll share not in thy love, thou hast a man.
'Tis thee, my Mark, my prince.
'Tis Johnny, 'tis thy husband but anon, and 'tis the greatest friend I ever knew. To steal from him his future wife, to serve my baser needs, to swipe the sun which shines a light upon his days, to take the jewel which doth instruct the meaning in his life, it were to dispossess him of his soul.
His soul is not my concern.
But it is mine.
Concern thyself instead with what is before thee. Dost not love me?
I love not Johnny's pain.
He shall not grieve at what he does not know.
Not know. intendest thou to keep this fact apart and separate from thy wronged man? And from what stretch of time shall he not know his future wife is being occupied by one he thought he found a trusted friend? This secret kept shall last eternity? To find this out, he'll murder me. And I, upon my soul, know not what he should do with his adulterous future wife. We must cease off this action for the consequence.
Thy life he shall not touch, nor shall he mine. When he shall find the trail unto our hearts affords no passage for him, he shall seek a self and lonely pathway to tread.
And shall I want that?
If thou wantest me.
Nay, thou I shall not want.
Thou shalt. Thou dost.
But why? Thy lips, thine eyes, thy every part doth cry for me to rail against my friend. Thy words most foully spoken do persuade that I should of my heart his access bar, that he may not hold sway or love of mine, which thou dost make command entirely. Thou art my will against my will, and I will seek no more to alter my desire. I want thee, Lisa.
Mark, my prince, I know, and know thy want is answered with mine. I'm Johnny's girl no more. I'm only thine, if thou wilt take what I shall freely give.
I shall, I will, I do.
Then come, Mark, pray.
Exit. Enter Johnny and Peter.
I know thou knowest I love thee, Johnny, and I ne'er speak word to thee except it may relate that to thy advancement in this world, or appertain thy betterment of life. It's therefore I take liberty to say, I think it is not wise to marry with the woman thou dost stand engaged to. The tales of horror thou hast told me of I take for truth, and ringing in my ears I hear the foul words that she hath given thee. I need not my profession nor my books to tell thee with conviction thou art not recipient of her love. Why wouldst thou then forever bind thyself to cruelty, and yield thy soul to her, that for all time she may have leave to flay thy feeling soul as much as may content her ghastly heart? Art thou resolved to forfeit thus thy life?
Aye. Underneath her power will I place my everything. If she steps on me, she'll trample but herself for everything that lie within her. She but tests me, Peter. She'll use unkindly thus mine ears and heart, that they may stronger be our wedding morn. And ever after shall our days be sweet, and we will live as we were wont to do together in love.
Enter Denny.
Sweet Denny, ho! Hast thou the ball?
Aye, Johnny, that I do. What, Peter, canst thou catch?
Belongs to thee, and 'tis a day the world should recognize that all may honor thee.
I thank thee, Mark. Now, prithee, pass the ball and speak the news. Thou bearest of my secret lady, of thy secret lady, how thy hidden romance flourisheth, or else doth lose success in fell discovery. Doth darkness still conceal thy lover, Mark?
I think it doth, and what small speck of light may chance to touch her face, do threat us not, for shining motes may not disclose the truth unto the hungry eyes of prying men.
Such a starving man her husband is. Hath not the man who placed a golden ring upon her finger of his lawful wife a claim legitimate to pry within the business of his partner, where regards her keeping with a man who's stolen his office? Hath not this man a right to know what deeds unnatural his wife performs in the night?
Have I no rights to value of my life, which I fear he'll take if he would find my own impression where he did once lie?
Art thou right to usurp his lying place?
If he doth not attend his lady's needs, hath she no right to seek out satisfaction?
If she makes no attempt to find it in her rightful man, then nay. I see he hath nor right nor cause to search another's heart.
Well, Johnny, thou needst no concern of that, for Lisa finds a heart beyond compare whene'er she looks on thee. I'll dare say no pair shows excellent as well as ye.
Indeed, no cause nor right to fret doth fall upon me for the sake of Lisa's love.
I know. Yet if she should fall off, the thief, the man in compact with her axe, should have more cause to fret than I. Leave.
The affair is but anon. Let us away.
Aye, let's along, to celebrate the life which treats me fair thus far, and I do love.
Exit Johnny and Denny.
Thou fiendish fool, thou hast not taken heed of what I sent thee off to do when last we parted. Dost thou love thy life?
Aye, now my ladies joined me in it.
I've done with thee. Thy ladies wrought a motley noose for thee, that thou mayst look a fool while thou dost hang. Go wear thy rope of fondness otherwhere. Offend my sight no more. Away, and find the tallest faction of thy life thou canst, that when thou leapest off, thy foolish rope will drag it down with thee, destroying all thou hast built, thou hast touched. Aye, every fragment of this world of thine may crash about thy head. Go see it done.
Fare thee well, good friend.
I fear thee that which thou deservest, Mark.
Exit Mark.
I stand upon disaster yet to come. This pair of pairs which share a girl do share a bomb stitched to their hearts. When it erupts, I'll not be found among the wreckage here, for though I love them all, I love myself, and preservation shall be found no sin. I bid my friends adieu, and take my flight, that I shall not be ruined tonight.
Exit. Enter Johnny, Mark, and Denny.
On, friends, I'll join with thee but soon. Go mingle the other guests who come revel this night to solemnize my birthing day. Why doth she love to lie? Why do I stand content to let her joy at my expense? Allow my dear to crack my heart into a shape I do not recognize. My heart hath always borne a shape and form to match my lady of the time. For 7 years it has retained its posture for my Lisa. Now it's lost familiarity. And I must ask, my heart hath changed shape, which always stood reflective of my girl. If I know not my heart, then do I know my lady?
Exit. Enter Lisa, Claudette, Mark, Denny, Mike, Michelle, Stephen, and others.
My friends and Johnnies soon shall he arrive. Till then, enjoy thyself as fully as thou canst.
Sir Stephen, fortunate we are that thou, who lately has been in deep foreign travels, art come to help exalt upon our friend.
The honor's mine to honor such a man. My travels have delivered me such sights as one might only look on in their dreams. Yet when I sleep, 'tis thee I look upon, and Johnny, Lisa, Mark, and Peter too. My journey's taken me abroad and far, and many places have I visited. But home I find within this town, where friends may never be without a moment's reach, and such a wondrous vision may I see, as full and pregnant love between our hostess and he we come to celebrate this night. Behold and look where our beloved Johnny has come to meet his praise. How now, sweet friend?
I think before mine eyes is set one Stephen, a man I know and love, yet he is off on some great adventure. Come, thou apparition, and let me clip thee, that I'll chance to sound the verity within this room. Thou art real!
I'm happy for it, for if I were a ghost, I'd have no means to wish thee greatest joy, this day reserved to the stars for thee.
My love, a word within thine ear.
Takes Johnny aside.
What is't thou sayest, sweet Michelle? Said she such ugly things to thee?
She did, and by my oath her reason scapes my wit. I cannot thought wherefore she'd speak such unjust selfishness. Her love hath waned, she's vouchsafed unto me, yet such a transformation from my friend I ne'er thought to look upon. What change within her hath surpassed I may not stand to say, only that I pain at it.
My wondrous friends who grace me here tonight, with all thy various and several faces, such news delightful hath now touched mine ear as does enlight my soul. I find this room hath grown too warm to hold my burning joy. Into the garden shall I make away, and those who wish to follow me they may. What gracious loving news! Along, good friends!
Exit. Lisa and Mark.
What? Wherefore dost thou keep me here?
Wherefore? Why, for thy love, Prince Mark.
In company? Forgotten thou the mob without the door?
Aye, they without, and we within. The time commands we act on opportunity.
And when it shall present, then so we shall. Yet he whom custom calls thy man doth walk about thy garden. Sweet, wilt thou invite discovery to here unmask our faults?
Joyous cries from within.
Oh, joyous cries within!
What noise is here?
The crowd doth celebrate the news which Johnny's ears hath now embraced. Content thee now. Give o'er unto my care. Our love breaks free of chains and takes its flight.
Enter Stephen.
What fiend doth rise from hell to trick mine eyes with horrid visions I'd fain not believe? Doth reason give me leave to stand and say I see good Lady Lisa buckled with a gentleman I'd once thought virtuous?
Permission's granted thee to gawk at this. For what is love that is not witnessed?
And ere thou movest thy lips to speak thy mind, I bid thee seal the compartment in thy brain that statements lack wit may not escape.
Enter Johnny, Mike, Michelle, Denny, Claudette, and others.
Thanks be to all who come this blessed night, to humble and make thankful he whom thou dost see before thee here. And thanks to she, that glorious she who hath made holy these mine ears by gracing them with all the news of our first child, who in so many months shall be within mine arms and make complete my much unworthy life.
To Johnny and Lisa, proclaim congratulations to these souls that the heavens may know to rejoice in the happiness of this attractive couple.
Johnny and Lisa!
Johnny and Lisa.
Michelle and Stephen take Lisa aside.
Speak aside, thou fiend.
What fiend, Michelle?
From when and whence hast thou conceived thy child?
No matter time nor source, there is no babe.
Wherefore didst Johnny find the knowledge, then, that thou hast got with child?
I let him know. It entertained my fancy at the time to pregnate thus his mind with such a thought. When time shall serve my will, I'll make him know and strip him of the lie.
I've done with thee. I leave thee with thy boredom and thy lies, yet dispossess thee of my love, which I do yank from out thy undeserving grip. Come, Stephen, she is worthy for herself.
I do begin to fear the game I've played anon shall come unto a silent rest. A castle have I built upon these lies, that I may shut my prince up with myself, apart the dreadful world which seeks to take my dearest love, condemning what I want, and leave me with myself alone to die without a heart to clutch. I've fortified the walls which I reside within to stand against an army, hold a slew of men. Yet, should a fire begin within my bounds, they'll keep me till I stand engulfed with it. What hast thou come to say to me, dear Mark?
Is it mine or his? Shall Johnny bear the name of that which I have planted? Let me know.
Thou hast planted nothing, Mark, nor hath that man.
Sir Mark, what dost thou speak of with my wife?
Thy wife? I see no wife.
Why, but anon that shall be remedied.
Oh, shall it now?
It shall. For love of such caliber as that which rests between my girl and I must find a bond, a holy rope to tie, that ever will our hearts be knotted up with love. She'll be my wife but soon. then do I give me leave to call her wife.
My dearest friend, thou hast a future wife, and she is mine.
Thou villain liar, and thou lovest thy life. Unspeak what petty jest thou spittest here.
Dost not thou understand what hath the past? Thou art but my future husband of the past.
Now, Johnny, have I cause to fret? For thou upon a time in certain terms did say what should befall a man unfortunate enough to break the bonds which chained thy lady up. And now I shall, in fearing what thou'lt do, beg thy forgiveness, trembling where I stand.
A certain reputation have I earned among my friends, who thus have given me terms as kind, or just, fair, or generous, and I, remaining humble, yet concede these terms do paint me true. Another word hath served me betimes to describe my qualities. 'Tis honesty. When I let know my friend something or other, thou canst trust aright, I speak in plain, unaltered truths. Therefore, when I let fall what mischief may chance one who breaks the honor of my future wife, know thou 'tis true. I've loved thee as my soul, and when I break thee so I'll break my heart. Thou vile betrayal, meet thy spurnful fate.
Nay, gentlemen, come, part thy brawling selves.
Sweet friends, I pray do not indulge in blows.
I'll separate you rogues, and you consent or no. We'll not have brawling on this night.
I've made a habit in my life to let my heart be liberal with spending love. No two hath had my heart as thou, dear Mark, whose friendship I do prize above all else, and thou, my Lisa, nearest to my soul, thou didst possess my life. I now pick up the scraps which shredded lie upon the earth, and clutch them to my wasted, ruined body. Loves of friends are ciphers now. Farewell.
Johnny exits into his chamber.
Hast done, sweet Lisa, the sacred act of blood with he? With Mark? The pillar of great virtues? What world covertly hath exchanged between that I call my home before this chance? Do I yet sleep, and ere I wake again, must with a sorrowed eye look on this play which doth present a fallacy of life? Or have I dreamt ere now, and this to be true?
I'll break thy heart, sweet boy, as well as mine, and every loving organ which surrounds us shall scorned be to hear me utter thus. Yet I must say it. These creatures, which have earned the pretty titles thou hast placed on them, must here relinquish every fair addition that they have taken and used. Give up thy names, thou ravishers of trust, which hold such honors, for when thou didst forsake great Johnny here, so didst forsake the greatness thou hast claimed.
A blessed night this was destined to be, but time and revelations passed quickly ere we cut the cake, and left my palate bitter, which was primed for sweet.
I've left my trails, that hither I may come to honor thee and thy adoring mate. Shall I be welcomed thus, with ruination of this my loving home? I thank thee not, and presently shall I depart again. I find no home where hearts are torn to shreds. If loves are banished, then so am I.
Exit Stephen, Michelle, Mike, and Denny.
Thou foolish, silly girl, and thou brainless, unhappy-witted man! Thou manst this mess, this feeling massacre was wrought by thee, and thy misdeeds. So tell me very now, and heaven save thy soul, girl, tell me true. Was this catastrophe thy target? Didst thou level at disaster all this time? When thou didst draw the bow of consequence, and aim with eyes tight shut, didst look for this? Were ruined lives thy fell intent tonight? My wish, sweet daughter mine, is that it was for then some sort of brain, however withered, may claim a place within thy poor fond head. And if some resolution parallel to this unsightly end did cross thy mind, when thou didst trade a king for that thy toy, I now forsake my only daughter here. No woman blind enough to see an end to such a plot beside this masterpiece deserves no stead within my life of pride. So think thee well before thou answer give. For if thou want a better thing than this, for all thy plans, then seek no place with me.
Exit Claudette.
Now, Mark, my prince, our joys abruptly cut. 'Tis best thou leaves this place where he doth dwell, lest thou shouldst catch his chiding once again. I love thee, Mark.
I fare thee so well.
Exit Mark. Enter Johnny.
What note is this I found within our room? My darling Mark, I long for thee. 'Tis been far too long since thou and I have held proximity sufficient to my needs. I pray thee meet with me again, that I may prove the love I bear to thee. I need thee in my life, that I may thus block out the intolerable vision of my wretched man, who, as I idly watch, shall suffocate my joyousness and murder happiness. I long to be thine, forever loving thee, Lisa. What prevention stalled this letter's path? It did not reach its mark.
No, right straight it flew without a hindrance.
How came it then within our chamber now, if thine own Mark's hand it safely lay?
You know.
I don't. What doth belong to him doth not belong within our chamber room.
The chamber room. Above our room. Above
Our bed is ours, not his.
Is it now?
I knew thee once, and thought thou hadst thy heart so full with loving me that little room remained. I realize now that some or all thy love hath drained away, and thou hast plenty space for cruelty. Yet once thou loved me, and for all thy lies which filled my ears of late, this was a fact. Hast thou now ta'en the love which did persist for 7 years and sully it withal, by bringing foreign Mark within our native and sacred place?
And love it more that it no longer bears your seal. And stand as witness to my heartfelt deed which set me free. My joyous great farewell to you, this home and all which we have shared is now complete. Thou hast taken long enough the happiness which I was wont to feel. And feel again, now I am rid of you. I am going to sweet Mark. Go live your life. I bid you well, without your future wife.
Exit Lisa.
See, I am alone. My friends are gone, and my lady gone. My life is all gone now. I dare not venture to the world outside, for if my loving friends should treat me thus, how shall mere strangers use me, if not worse? Yet now, how can I stay within these doors, these walls and windows? Aye, this very room is filled with memories, nothing more but ghosts of happiness that haunt me now. If there without is not a place for me, and this my home doth urge my banishment, I know not where my place on earth now lies. My home of 7 years has gone away. I witnessed her journey through the door. I'll ask this dagger, who now, I think, is the only friend I have left in this world. It is truly my friend, for it hath spake its answers to mine eyes already. There, reflected in its happy gleam, it says, this world hath now forsaken thee, my friend, cast thee out of doors. It careth not for thee, and so thou mayst not care for it. I hear thy truth, sweet friend, thou speakest well. I hearken to thy good advice, which thou givest free to me. Thou sayest, accept my help, and take thy final leave of all those false who claim to be thy friends and turn thy backs. Aye, use me, friend, for I am all thou hast. My love is all thou canst afford. So buy thy freedom from this wasteland, desolate and heartless place. Thou knowst where thou belong. Aye, friend, I do, and thank thee for thy help. I look toward thee, heaven, and thy gates, and with my friend begin my journey thence.
Enter Lisa.
What? Fast asleep? I see you try to escape the hardness of your life by fleeing to the comfort of your dreams. I hope... What's this? Oh, God. Hast slain thyself for what I have done. I threw this undeserving man to hell, and he must seek out heaven for himself. Oh, I banish grief, for it shall serve me not, and now resolve myself to fully love the man whom I sought out and captured. But Johnny is gone, and Mark doth still remain. What? Mark, come, look on what we've done.
Enter Mark.
Sweet Johnny.
Dear Mark, he's gone. We've lost this darling man, departed from our trespass in this earth. But thou remainest here, and so do I. The wall which barred our love lies fallen here, and there is no more fence we must o'erleap to find each other's arms. We're free, my prince.
Wilt thou disgrace my new departed friend with words as this? No honor for the dead?
Oh, sweet, Johnny has left us, but I have thee here. Shall I not love the man who stays for me?
Thou wilt say thou loved me, yet did not these words unto dear Johnny's ears dance from thy lips? I know thy did, until thou didst replace the fair with sour, the beauty with bitter. What horrifying fate should I embrace if I gave into those placating words?
Mark, I betrayed him for thy benefit.
To benefit thyself for thine own gain. 7 years thou wouldest be future wife to me and love me, keep me out of thine own, and 7 years from now my love would bore thee, and then I would be cashiered and found alone, a dagger in my breast, thou huddled in the helpless, foolish arms of thy new he.
Nay, never. Thou art my man.
And so was he. Thou killedst this glorious soul with harlotry, and his most noble blood lies on thy hand.
Thou slewest him too. Thou art confederate, complicit, loving me and killing him.
I am, and so I'll toil repentantly until that blessed time when I'll expire. And maybe will I chance to see him then.
Oh, Johnny, why ere now hath I ignored the greatness thou didst ever show? Thy friends would tell thy tale as one would speak a hero, and now I know thou wert one.
Enter Denny.
How now, rogues? What noise doth emanate from forth this house? Have villains not been sated with thy tears, that they return to plague thee more, sweet friend? Why sleepest thou amongst these pack of wolves? Thy rest doth make thee still, and I should think thou layest as one without a soul should do. I know thee well, though, friend, thou keepest thy life. Thou meritly faint, enduring taunts from these. Now wake thee, man, arise that we may part. Why dost thou not stand up? Think'st thou to test the loyalty I bear to thee, that I may shame thy false friends and their misdeeds? I'll leave thee not, for I do understand that the nature would permit no death of thine. I'll be patient and sit here by thy side till thou arise.
Sweet Denny, nay.
Forbear! Devoid of life, I know he lays here slain. Just take thee hence and leave me with my friend.
I love thee, Johnny. Let the world forgive what torment I did put thy kind soul through.
This man who hath built wonders with his life, who had his wealth of money and of friends, has found this world too cruel for those like him. This man who put all those he met to shame, yet loved them still. He hath discovered that he indeed was too great for this earth, and thus he's moved on to fairer ground. This place where we remain hath lost some wealth by parting with the greatest coin it knew. I'll live my life now, honoring this man and acting as I know he would do.